Hi everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to take you through every single book I said I was going to read in September, and we're going to see how many I read. Now, this month I picked my TBR a little bit differently. On my channel you can go watch the video if you haven't already. I used a random TBR jar with a bunch of numbers in it to pick my TBR out of every single book on my physical TBR, and I wanted to see if it would make me read more because I'm a mood reader and I didn't really have high hopes. And in some ways, it did make me read more. I read a lot of books off my TBR. Some ways, it did not make me read more because there are quite a few books I also didn't read. So, let's go through this stack. There were 14 books on my TBR and I read 9 of them, which is actually the best I've done in a TBR in a while. But I was very determined to read all these books and I didn't quite get there. Now, I think this is being posted today. There are about 5 days left in the month, but the books I haven't read yet, not going to be in the mood to read them anytime soon. I am just not in the mood to read any of them, and that won't change in the next few days, so I'm putting this out a little bit early. So, let's go through them in the order we picked them out in the video. The video is called Random TBR Jar Picks My September Reads, if you are interested. So the first book on my TBR was The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and I read this. I ended up rating it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. For all of the books that I read, I'm not going to tell you too much info because I'm going to post a full September wrap up next week so you can see my thoughts more in detail, but I read this, I really liked it. Next up we have 12 Secrets by Robert Gould. I really enjoyed this. I did read it and I rated it 4 stars. And I definitely recommend, but check trigger warnings because it's a thriller. It's very dark. Same for, I think, all the books I ended up reading. My story graph is linked in my bio. And then, what coincidence, randomly picked out the sequel to that book, 11 Lies by Robert Gould. Guess what? Read this one too. Rate this one 4 stars too. I need to know if there's going to be more books in this series. I have a feeling there probably will be because the first one's 12 Secrets, this one's 11 Liars, maybe there'll be 10 something next, but I really want more from this series, so I hope that does end up happening because it was so good. 4 stars. We have the first loss of the video. I have Guilt by Amanda Robson. I think this is a thriller, but it just didn't appeal to me. I don't know, not really interested in it right now. I will definitely pick it up at some point, but probably not anytime soon. So, didn't read Guilt, and I'm feeling guilt about it. Next we have 1 in 3 by Tess Stimson, which I did read. I think I rated it 4 stars or 4.5, I can't remember which one, but it was really good. Really liked it. Crazy plot twists. So good. I need to read more from this author. I don't know if they actually have any other books out, but if they do, I'm gonna be reading them. We have Glycerati by Oliver K. Langmead. Didn't read this one. Let me tell you why. Picked it up, read a few pages, realised it has no chapters. This is all just one long chapter, and I hate long chapters with a passion. So I will try and read this again one time because it was sent to me, but I just couldn't. I had to put it down. I can't do long chapters, and this was a 300-page chapter. We have The Quiet at the End of the World by Lauren James. I read this in a video, so you can see my full thoughts in... what did I call it? Oh, this video ends when I find a 5-star read. That video. Quite a few of these were read in that. 2.5 stars. Didn't like this one, but I did read it and I got through it. So, that's something, I guess? Don't know. Then we have... what? This is so confusing because I have the books pointed away from me so I can't see the spines. Then we have Doctor Sleep by Stephen King. I didn't actually end up reading this. It's the sequel to The Shining, but I read The Stand by Stephen King this month, which is 1400 pages long. So I just didn't want another Stephen King book. I'm definitely going to get to this soon. Not this month though, and not in the next few days. So another fail. Read Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I did in fact read this. I rated it 4 stars. I really liked it. It was very emotional, very deep, very dark, even more so than I thought it was going to be, but so good. And I like who got picked. That's all I'm gonna say. I would have rated this a lot lower if it wasn't who I thought it was gonna be. So 4 stars. We have Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Didn't read this. had some not amazing reviews from Rainbow Rowell, and also I went to pick up the audiobook. Wasn't in English. I couldn't find the English audiobook anywhere other than Audible, and I didn't want to pay for it. So I didn't read this book. Maybe I'll use a credit next month and read it, listen to it on Audible. But I didn't read it this month. Oops. We have The Good Patient by Alex Stone. I read this in this video ends when I find a 5-star read video as well. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 3.5 stars. Very, very dark. It just didn't have a crazy plot twist at the end like I like thrillers to have. Like, there was no last surprise. It just kind of ended. But I did like it. 3.5 stars. And I did read it, so. Then we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I'm just not in the mood to read a rom-com, so I didn't read this book. There are some rom-coms that I read this month, but I just didn't get to this one, and now I'm in the mood to read fantasy, so this is not high on my TBR. I'm gonna read it because I loved the first one, just when I'm in the mood, and I'm not in the mood right now. So I didn't read it, but I want to. Then we have Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I read this book. I rated it 2 stars. It had a really interesting premise. I didn't like how the guy talked. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I didn't like the way he talked. I didn't like how he kept saying he was going to keep her like she was an object. But the premise was really interesting, so I rated 2 stars. And finally we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I read this. I read it in my This Video Ends When I Read a 5-star Book video. I rate this one 4 stars. Really fun, really good. The next book is out now and I'm so excited. I need to buy it. I think that's going to be the next book I buy. Things We Left Behind, I think it's called. But I'm so excited. I really like Nash. Love Lena. And I can't wait for Lucian and Sloane's story. So that's every book on my September TBR. I don't think I did too badly. Didn't complete it. Maybe October will be my month. I have a very ambitious October TBR, I will say. So I don't know if October will be my month, but I read 9 out of the 14 books I said I was going to, so not too bad, not too bad. That's everything I have for this video. These videos are always just quite quick because they're just a little update from my TBR videos. But that is everything I have. If you would like to see more from me, please be sure to like and subscribe. I post new videos every single Monday, and this week you're getting one on Thursday as well. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! Ah, now I have to put all these books back. How fun.